nastiest kids when I was a kid. I used to do all this stuff until one horrible incident happened to me when I was with a group of people and stuff like that, and it wound up and one of the kids actually, when we were bullying him and stuff, I tried to run away from us and wound up getting hit by a car.
You know, I can't believe you said that, because during the break, Superintendent Chitwood said that same thing, that, you know, it's not just the actual attack, but when a kid is trying to get away, that he could be injured or even killed. So you lived through something like that.
Absolutely. And I mean, I wasn't, you know, and that's the thing that I tried to tell the kids. I wasn't one of the ones that were like grabbing the kid and playing around and pulling him and doing the other things to him. But, and I said, and I usually use that as a teaching lesson too. I said, because there's so many of you right now as kids always use that as a thing. Well, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. It wasn't
if you're
me.
there,
but you know what? I was there. I could have stopped it. And you know, in another sense of the matter, I could have left way before it happened. But everything, luckily for me, everything worked out okay. It wasn't a serious, like life-threatening thing that happened at the end. But I'm telling you, I was in the speeches that I give. I tell the kids, you know, I was one of the lucky ones that it didn't happen that ended in death. I mean, it could happen that way. And I said there's no reason and there's no place in this world for bullying to happen.
All right, from someone who knows firsthand. David, thank you very much. I have to take a break, but I certainly appreciate your perspective. You have given those bullies out there something to think about. When we come back, if you want to tell us what you think, we'll have some final thoughts on whether bullies should go to jail. Let's get some final thoughts here now on our topic, which is jail time for bullies. Let's go to our Facebook page and see what people are saying. I think that we must end the use of the seemingly benign word of notion of bullying in this instance and substitute it with the more accurate words assaulted or attacked. Then it negates the need for your question. That comes from Richard. This one says not only should they go to jail, but their parents should go to jail as well. Rich has taken a pretty hardline stance. If you want to tell us what you think, you can email me at lynn@lynndoyle.net. We are asking you whether or not you think the bullies in that case that was caught on tape should serve jail time or go to a juvenile detention center, or whether probation is the answer. Whatever it is, you can tell us what you think. From a law enforcement perspective, these kids have actually, most of them had their day in court. They have not yet been sentenced, but what's the update in terms of what happened in the court proceedings?
5 have pled guilty to unlawful restraint, simple assault, recklessly endangering another person, and conspiracy. A 6th person who videotaped, the charges were dropped, and a 7th is demanding a full-blown trial. He's not going to plead guilty, so that remains to be seen, and obviously the psychological evaluations and then judge's decision as what the punishment will be determined in the future. In
the meantime, what's the response been back to the Upper Darby Police Department about taking such a serious stance about this?
I think 99% of the comments, whether they're phone calls, emails, letters, have been supportive of the actions that the police took, and they described the videotape as a criminal assault. That young man was terrorized by a group of thugs, pure and simple.
Now, we often hear the term a teachable moment. In your opinion, Dr. Carter, is this such a moment?
It is, and it can be for certain types of bullies. Really, though, we need to have the ethics in place where it's just wrong, it's cowardly, and if you do it, and you do it to somebody smaller than you, you're a coward. A lot of these kids have big egos, but poor self-esteem, you know, because their big ego sort of makes up for the lack of self-esteem.
As an expert in this field, would you suggest parents getting involved, teachers getting involved, spectators or observers getting involved and stepping in?
Sure. It's been shown at the 1-minute miracle, where it just takes 1 minute a day where you pick a kid, and that kid is assigned to you, and you say, hey, how you doing? What's going on in your life? that small little bit of nurturing seems to go a long, long way.
All right, you write about this in your book, The Bully Caterpillar. I want you to see it. It's here, and it also comes in a little CD. It's going to be an animated film soon. We're going to start with our kids way early on so that they don't ever become bullies. That's the thing. I want to thank you, Superintendent Chitwood, for bringing this to the media's attention. So often the police are criticized for their action or their inaction. In this case, you took action, and you're going to make a big difference in a lot of people's lives. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for being with us. Thank you for being with us and for writing the book. If you want to email me, I'm at lynn@lynndoyle.net. Don't bully.